Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience presented by Underdog. Code Mayo at Underdog right now. Sign up. Help us out. All right? Kenny, Byron, Geoff, me, Cust is out there. Moods are different for day 2 of the President's Cup, Byron.
We are loving life and speaking into the microphone. We are wearing the $100 bill shirt.
He keeps not speaking into the microphone.
I don't know where to speak anymore, but it's okay. Apparently, the international team knows what to do. 5 points for us. Let's party.
What a day. Totally different from the day before. I'm as excited as I can be. I am ready for tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will explain that here in a little bit. But it was a great day. It's going to be a fucking great night. And I hope the same happens tomorrow.
20 times the amount of people there today?
Oh, it felt like it. And right away, from like the moment you walked on property, you could see it was a considerably larger crowd. It's a difference, I guess, starting on a Friday afternoon between a Thursday morning. But when those guys hit those tee shots on one yesterday, there weren't like rows of people lining the fairways on one. It was evident from go. I don't think you had to wait in line yesterday to buy a beer. There were lines at concessions today. I mean, it was noticeable. And I don't know if they'll be there at 7 a.m. tomorrow, but we shall see.
We will not be there.
Yeah, we will not be there.
Tomorrow.
I mean, you might go like straight from whatever you're doing to the course.
That's the only way.
That's the only way you're there.
That's the only way.
It depends how the night really
So that,
goes.
you're gonna bring your like credentials.
That might be a good idea. Anyways,
Then you'll lose
cheers.
them.
Canada, international team. What a great day.
Are you guys enjoying Canada? You were pretty down on Canada yesterday.
Canadians let me down in a big way yesterday. But
How about today?
redemption story like none other I've ever seen in my life.
So I met up with a few people, viewers of the show. Shout out if you came up to talk to us. And all of them kind of said the same thing. I was like, were you guys here yesterday? They're like, no. I was like, it's pouring rain. Like I was like, I didn't even think it was going to happen. So I didn't go. And a lot of people can't get Thursday off or they can get Friday off of work. Like, why are we starting this thing on Thursday?
It doesn't make sense. Here's the thing. I always liked it before, but I didn't realize what the crowd was like. I mean, it made a huge difference. Like, if this crowd was here yesterday, it would have been a totally different story. I honestly, when Tom said what he said last night, I thought it was sort of an excuse for his loss. He's young. Sometimes, you make comments like that. And, if the crowd's not there, whatever, you got to still play your ball, right? But honestly, when the crowd was going today, you could tell that the players were feeling it and really using that crowd to their momentum. It was impressive out there today.
We heard crowds like from cheers from all over the property.
In fairness, they were winning every match by a million.
But what is that? They were making the putts.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of people there yesterday, but they also gave the people who did show up yesterday no chance to cheer. I guess I'm not. That's maybe what it felt like, but I mean, that was. I honestly can't believe it.
So, JB, even with the crowds, the two things that I noticed the most, because after you guys hyped up how awesome it was being on the first tee, so I didn't show up as early as you guys, because you guys got there, 2 hours early?
No, actually, we found the way with our media credentials. I found a sneaky little way where you can, because they actually shut it off. They wouldn't let people back in.
I walked right into the grandstand, and it was 2 feet away from the players.
What, today this morning?
Yeah, so here was the thing. I had the media pass, and I was with Cust, and I was with Paul, and someone else. And Cust has big, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here energy. You know who doesn't have that? Me.
Yeah,
I'm just walking in a straight line to places.
Yeah.
No one stops me, ever.
Okay.
So we just walk in, and we're legit, just down on the, we saw Butsy up on, the top of the grandstand on the other side.
Yeah.
We're right next to Connors and Hughes, and they were fucking going nuts. And Finau got a bit rattled on the first tee. Henley got a bit rattled on, were you with us? We went over, we saw Henley and Scotty try to make those putts to bury Siwoo and Ben An had to chip up from the middle of nowhere.
Early on the back nine?
On the back nine, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I-
the
I-
last group through, but Henley had to back off his putt 3 times. He got so rattled by the crowd. The rookies on the Americans and the non-experienced guys were feeling it today because of the crowds. Yeah. Your boy Bez fucking...
Oh my God, he's a nervy son of a bitch, isn't he?
Day's worse, man. They shouldn't play Day again.
No, that was we got away with one in a big way today. That was some disgusting play down the street.
I mean, to see Patrick Cantley golf sad
Oh, it was the best.
in person
The best.
was truly very enjoyable.
You followed him all day.
It was 13 holes of bliss. They never won a fucking hole the whole day, and I enjoyed it as much as I've ever enjoyed any sporting event in my entire life.
Did you see the Justin Ray tweet that showed the internationals led 57 holes today? The Americans led 1 hole. I believe when
Scheffler on 9, I think.
Scotty won 9 or 10 to go 1 up, and that was and then they gave it right back
Next
1
hole.
hole later.
Yep.
It's the only time there was a freaking red on the board. So I don't know. Credit to however that happened. I don't know, like a lot of little things, like even Thigala Morikawa seeing that Thiegs was teeing off on 1, so Morikawa,
That made no
this
sense.
world-class iron player, doesn't trust his iron game at the moment, so he's not even playing the par 3s. Like there's a lot of like little.
I was the most impressed. I mean, maybe it's because we're Canadian, but Connors and Hughes were fucking. Hughes fed into the crowd more than anyone, and the crowd was on his side more than anyone. He was just fired. He was so happy to be playing and to be out there with the crowd. Like he fed off of it.
Yeah, Hughes, that's what he did. He chugged that beer yesterday. You could tell he's going to be the rah-rah guy, and he fed off it as well. My highlight was, of course, the Amdeki pairing. You know, like Japanese and Korean people really don't get along very well. It's like Bloods and Crips, and like they got along they got along today, and Korean people and Japanese people are holding flags together. It was some cool fucking shit. Like the way like the way
I'm
these
thinking
guys-
of that meme of like Crips and Blood. Like you're making it like
That's
you
what it
guys
is, yeah.
like having a winning golfer.
I actually posted that meme when I was talking about. I mean, it's crazy because the highlight of the day yesterday was like the hot police officers, Sungjae's wife, and like some other shit. Right? Today it was all golf. That chip by Jason Day on 18, that putt by Seawood straight down the middle, right in the heart on 18, and the atmosphere on hole 1. It was honestly greatest sporting event day I've ever seen in my life, with the crowd and the hypeness. And the funny thing is, you would think, I have not had a sip of that chugging you just saw me do. That was the first sip of alcohol I had today.
I offered him a drink. He wanted a Kit Kat ice cream bar instead.
Oh, that's when we walked over to 12.
Yeah, and that was delicious. The Kit Kat ice cream bar was delicious.
So he was, Kenny wasn't.
Shout out to the guy in the chat who told me that everyone saw what my phone passcode was on last night's show. As it turned out, someone else messaged me earlier. In fact, like 10 people messaged me. He's like, "Is your passcode this number?" It's like, yeah, it is. I changed it this morning. We're all good.
You probably
So
saw it again, right?
Don't
now.
they have to
appreciate
get a
it.
hold of your phone to do something
Yeah,
with
well,
that?
maybe they want to come stab Pat and get his phone. We got pictures of us at the course on the phone.
What are they going to do with your phone? Text Rick Gaiman?
Yeah, at the course. I actually haven't seen Rick all week. He played in some like Rolex golf challenge yesterday.
No, I've seen him like 5 times.
I haven't seen him yet.
I've seen him.
I haven't seen EPAT yet. I haven't seen Rick yet.
EPAT
I haven't
like
seen
10
Keith
times.
yet.
Shout out EPAT. Love that dude.
I saw a lot of EPAT today. Always a good time.
Oh, I love that guy.
Oh, there's a knock at the door. Who could that be?
Pokeroo!
Since we have international visitors, you have to have the official dessert of Canada.
According to Tim.
That's
So these are
disgusting.
so good.
Why
So
would
you have to remember, the only person I've ever seen eat these besides Tim is my great grandma, who's dead.
Okay, Tim, I do have to say.
I don't think I've
your
ever
shirt-
had one of
Are you
those.
wearing the same shirt you were wearing earlier today? Okay, what does safety is success mean?
Self-evident.
I've never. He calls
Okay.
us. I've never eaten one of these. I've never come close to eating one of these.
Becky and Sanjay whooping that ass. Bloods and
here we
Crips.
go.
Do we really have to fucking eat this?
Yeah, according to him. Okay, so here's the thing that I worry about with the internationals. It was a fun day. It was the most dominant, it was the most dominant sporting day of any event I've been to with the team that I'm rooting for, which never happens. Jesus
So
Christ.
like rocks.
So Tim loves hard candy. He's an old man.
I have like 5 of my teeth in my mouth are mine. The rest are all crowns. I'm not biting into this.
So how is it?
My teeth are all fucked up too. Not good.
I don't want.
Like this is making me sweat more than the Crown Royal I just fucking chugged. I gotta be close to you.
So the biggest thing is the internationals couldn't make shit yesterday. The Americans made everything. not only did the internationals make everything today, the Americans also missed everything. So, I mean, listen, this is a fun day. It's tied up. It's a brand new event, 2-day sprint to the finish. Kind of worried about the rest of the week.
I really, at this point, I kind of just want them. I mean, it's what I would have said on Wednesday night, but since I don't think we're gonna make it there in the morning tomorrow, based on what the plans.
You don't think?
Like, I really hope that they can just hold the line in that 4-match morning session.
Look, I'll take 1 to 3.
So when we get there in the afternoon, it wasn't like a 4-0 thing.
Yeah.
And we've got to try to recreate today,
I mean,
which
but
is
the thing
impossible.
is, like, I know you're probably going to bring this up, Heather, but the matchups, like, a lot of them, like, I think the last 3, they look all right for the international team.
The 4 matches helps the internet. Like, we limit the roster.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would tend to agree. I don't know if they made, like, the best decisions here for day.
You don't think so?
So is it 4-ball or is it alternate shot in the morning?
It's 4-ball.
Sitting Minwoo and putting him back out in alternate shot? I don't get that.
You might not have to. He already played
just-
once. You only have to play once.
I know, but like, dude was the biggest cheerleader on the course today. Outside of Hideki and Sungjae, who we saw watching the Siwoo and Ben An group, they were just on the fairway. What language are they speaking to each other?
I mean,
English?
I would think it's Japanese. I mean, you're talking about Sungjae and
Sungjae and Hideki.
Oh, they got to be speaking English.
They gotta be speaking English, right?
Now, the thing is, it's weird. Like, a lot of Koreans know a lot of Japanese. Like, my mom knows random Japanese for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't.
Is
I think
Korean
Sungjae's-
close to Japanese and like?
Well, you know, Japan ran Korea for a long time, and they fucked their shit up. That's why they don't really like each other, especially older Koreans, because they remember what happened pre-World War II. But so a lot of older Koreans know Japanese, but I think Sungjae doesn't know any Japanese. He's probably too young for that shit. Okay.
You're not in on the geo. You don't want to wait on the geo.
No, wow.
You don't want to get on the 49th parallel, 51st
but
parallel.
Sungjae-
46. I don't know.
49th is the Canadian-U.S. border, so it's not that one.
No, once Sungjae won on 13, he was going down the back of the golf cart and just like waving like ball rats, just at everyone with like these massive arms. He was so excited. He was just
Shota and Hideki chilled right next to me and Jeff. Jeff got a great picture, a video of them. And
We
dude,
watched,
Hideki was a hype man.
well,
I'd never seen that before.
They stuck it. They won. That was Ann and Siwoo, and they stuck it on 13. And Hideki was fired up, as was the crowd. I don't know. It was good time. It got to the point in the day, Pat, where roars weren't even for golf anymore. Like, if players' wives were driving by in a golf cart, there was a big roar that on Thursday would have meant. It was a roar of like Thursday. You would have thought something happened. There were roars just from all over the property today.
For the first 2 hours, when the internationals were making every single putt, there was just you could hear roars like, "What the fuck happened over there?" And then where we had our spot on 9 was really the best spot.
That was sweet.
You could see the approaches, the putts, and even with the pin tucked in the worst place it could be in for those seats, we also had the giant screen in front of us where you could see every other group at the same time. It was fucking awesome. So everyone at 9 was reacting to both what was happening at 9 and what was happening on the screen. And Mac Hughes decided to like step off the green while like Connors was like trying to read a putt. It just starts watching the screen and being like, yeah.
That was a great putt. We saw Connors make a great birdie on 9.
I mean, when Connors is making like 3 15-footers in a round, it's like, okay, it's your day.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you know, when we talked about this this morning, and I told everyone on my X feed that I was going to bet the international team 4-1 for 16-1. Like, everybody knew that bet was going to lose, right? Like,
I joined you.
Yeah, Paul bet it with you.
Paul. So, like, every single person in this house and in the world that viewed that tweet knew that was going to lose. Now, what they didn't know is how it was going to lose. But I did have the Siwoo and over Scheffler Henley bet for it, so that one worked out. But I've never been so happy to lose a bet like that because,
of course,
yeah, I'm ecstatic. It was great.
I don't even know what in terms of like golf. I was lucky enough to be there when Nick Taylor hit that putt, so that's probably like the coolest thing I think I've seen, despite it being on Tommy, which always is a sting. And there with you with Sungjae, yeah. Today, like, just the property, the whole day was just a vibe. It was buzzing. It was a Friday afternoon. The sun was out. I think get beat up by the sun. Look at this guy at the end of the row.
Yeah, but you actually put on sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still got burnt to shit.
I still didn't have my international.
Whatever.
hat
I
yet.
feel pretty.
It's at the media center if you need the sunscreen. By
I
the way.
turned caramel, so I'm good.
Yeah, I got some good.
no.
I got some like
But it
good
just-
color on the go here.
Great day.
But here's the thing. Last time we were all together, it was a DFS Open. We all went together. We all saw Sungjae win. We all had the money on
We all
Sungjae.
got COVID.
Right? And then we started a pandemic. Yes, that's exactly what happened. That's one of the reasons why I felt like the international team was going to win. Nothing to do with the golf, but we're all getting back together. There's supposedly a new pandemic coming in the horizon.
Is there?
I mean, the monkeypox. Y'all been hearing the monkeypox?
Oh, is that a U.S. thing?
I mean,
You're safe up here, pal.
They're trying to scare us with the monkeypox in the United States right now. Okay. So we'll see. I mean, yeah. And then to actually, be here again and see this together today, it was what a day. It was great. It was spectacular.
Are you guys gonna be real bummed out when they lose 8-0 tomorrow?
Well, not these guys. They're gonna be Kenny. Who knows where Kenny's gonna be sleeping? But,
Well, Cam, Cam couldn't come this weekend, but he did.
Boo Cam.
He did hit the 5-leg international parlay today. He bet him to go 5-0 and won the bet.
I looked at it. It was 70
Let's
to
have
1.
another fucking swing of this. Let's go.
I think it was 70 to 1, at least on the book I put it in at.
Hey, I'm sort of bitter. Why did I? You're. Oh.
See,
Pat might actually be going out with us tonight. It might have to happen.
That Siwoo putt was freaking sick.
Siwoo made every fucking putt all day
Why
fucking
was
long, man.
Decky so fucking good today?
He
Why
was doing
Decky
this to the crowd.
I've never seen Decky like this. And you know what it is? It's the fucking sideburns. Whenever he rocks those sideburns and he grows them all out there, and he ends up playing good golf. So I everybody else has their stats. They have their analytics. I have sideburn narratives, and that's how I pick my golfers, and that's how they win.
I don't think they're going to win 8-0 tomorrow, but I'm expecting the Americans to win tomorrow. I kind of just don't want it to be a blowout. But today,
Make singles,
today was
make
the
singles
peak-
matter.
if today was the peak, then
It was great, dude.
It was great. I had such a
It's not the
good.
peak. It's gonna tomorrow. 5.5, 2.5. Internationals take the lead.
I
Going
made
into
fun
the
of
final
you.
day.
I can't even say anything anymore because I mocked him when he made his miracle in Montreal claims yesterday. So part of me thinks I got to go find like a T-shirt shop.
Cust, get in here.
I have a feeling. I got that feeling, like Ben Crenshaw.
Okay, shot of the day for me though was Max Homer on 17. Nails, completely.
On the par
stuffed it
3.
to-
We watched that. We were
2.5
there.
beats.
We were there
That
for
was
that. Kenny.
incredible.
Hey, let's
So,
give Byron a second
But
to
then
get a shot
Bez
of the
hit it
day.
in the water.
You know what? You can talk about this. No, they did not enjoy the cherry
I
blast.
thoroughly enjoyed this filling breaker. Like it just ruined everything in my mouth, but it tastes good.
Just drink the Crown Royal. You'll be fine.
My wife told me to keep
My
my
wife?
my wife
Byron.
told me to keep my hands above the table, or people will think I'm playing with my balls.
Well, once we saw Adam Scott, you can sit down now, Tambo. Yeah, Kenny's hand. Well, we don't have Tambo. Tambo's out to dinner with his real friends.
I know, right? Oh, that bench shifted.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What, Tambo?
Yeah.
Well, Tambo just showed up here after we got home. It was like, I thought he was going with Jeff. He was just here.
I hit him up.
I didn't see Tambo after like one of
I
them
haven't seen
today.
Tambo at the course yet this week.
It was me and Tambo all day yesterday, but I didn't see him today.
The chat says, we know you're not huge on alcohol parties, but we're having one in here.
It's fine. That's fine.
Tim,
have a
tell
shot.
tell people
Little
what.
tug there,
I
Tim.
think people would be interested in what you did tonight because you showed us the picture. It sounded lovely.
I walked up the hill to the oratory and took a look around. It was beautiful. And I don't like a 2-kilometer walk each direction.
What's the oratory?
Like a
Big
Catholic
dome.
thing, right?
That big dome at the top of the hill.
You got to talk into the mic.
Is that where people talk? Like,
No, it's like a big church.
You got to talk into the mic.
I was talking. It's a multi-directional mic, and I was speaking into it.
Mike, is this a multi-directional mic? It's not a multi-directional
Multi-directional mic.
Dude, you really actually have to talk like this into it.
You see how Kenny is?
I've been in front of these mics a long time.
This one, these aren't my mics.
Okay, fine.
Well, we want people to be able to hear you.
Sure.
The chat is telling Tim to take a swig of that.
I'm not going to do that.
I'll take one for you, pal.
Or you could pour one out for Maggie Smith.
Oh my God.
Oh
Another
my God.
murder.
Oh my God, Pat.
Yes.
And
Let's go. Chez Palais tonight? Or we go to the real greasy one on the east end of town?
I'm hearing Wanda's is the place that I'm hearing.
Don't ask me. I don't know
Secret
anything.
Spa, maybe?
Buddy, I am not a dad who wants to fuck.
There you go. I'm a single guy who wants to fuck. I don't even want to fuck.
Can we talk about the steak? Because I got all fired up about the steak today.
Okay, so can you guys set this up about what you did to him?
So we set it up. The whole ride up there, we were like, it was Butts who was the instigator.
Shocking.
Butts was the instigator. And he said, so it just made me think. And I was like, let me go ahead and find like a buffet picture of like some delicious ass looking steak. Right? And I sent it to Butts because Butts has your number. And then Butts texted you that beautiful picture of that steak. It looked delicious, right?
So good.
It looked fucking delicious, right?
So
With the
good.
horseradish fucking cream in the middle.
So good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And then, so the funny thing is when we actually get to the meeting center and we get to get lunch, they have a beautiful piece of steak there. It's fucking delicious. So it made the joke sort of nonsensical.
So he texts me and says, "Oh my God, there's this delicious steak here." And I was like, "Okay." I'm not
Then
gonna
he
freak out.
started wigging out.
Because then he sent me the photo of it, and then I got excited. And you're like, "Oh well, they do the switch over to the afternoon food at once, so you can't have any steak. You should have gone earlier." I was like, "Damn, whatever they have, will be as good as the steak. That's what I wanted." And we got there, and they didn't do the switch over, and I got to have the steak. It was so good.
How was the navigation between you guys today?
I heard that there was trouble finding
I heard
signs.
there was a little
It was
trouble.
really a perfect ride.
It was.
It was a perfect phone call.
just
It was a
mis-
perfect phone
I
call.
didn't understand what he was asking.
You didn't understand the question. Kenny, hold on. Kenny doesn't use Waze. He says he's anti-Waze and he only uses Google Maps. And all that was happening is we were getting onto a freeway after the light, and Kenny's like, "It's that green sign." And I'm like, "I know it's that green sign. Can you just, like, it's Montreal East, like 40 Montreal East." He's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Green sign.
Green sign. And I'm like, it says it right.
They're all green signs, though.
Well, I pointed. I was like, the green sign on the right. That's where we're fucking turning.
You have to understand, Jeff is a nervous driver.
No, I'm like, how? Come on.
You've been fine. Okay. All right.
How quick did we get home today?
We've been getting home quickly. Yes, you've been fine.
We went on an alt direction home today.
We were going down side alleys.
They got us to like a business park cutting off traffic.
It was weird. Yeah, Jeff, thank you for driving. I can't talk shit because my ass is not driving in this fucking town. So
We were gonna make that's day 4. Tim drives to and from the course.
That will not happen. I will not do
We
that.
almost got slammed into today because some guy tried to cut off 2 18-wheelers. Bad news. It freaked him out.
Not as much as it freaked other people out.
Well, I was driving. It didn't freak me
I
out.
was like, okay, like nothing happened. It was all right.
that last chug fucked me up right there.
Have another then.
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, tomorrow. You said it was over last night.
I stand by what I said.
It is over.
Yeah, all over.
Then the Americans are the bet.
They still have to play 4-ball tomorrow, which, they lost all of them yesterday, so.
But then they also have to play alt shot tomorrow, which they won all today.
Okay.
So it'll be even going to singles. By your logic, I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, even if it is even going into singles. Like, they're underdogs in the majority of the matches come Sunday. What is Jeff doing?
Nothing.
Jeff's hanging. So what were your takeaways from the course? What was the most fun today? Because we've all kind of said ours.
I mean, it was the multiplication of the people and the atmosphere and the crowd, just cheering and being into the event.
Yes, sir.
It was a dour, uninterested, like people just going to see like golf shots yesterday.
Yesterday
today
was
it was
weird,
like
dude.
today it was
so weird.
today it was rowdy, and you knew it as soon as you walked on site. It's like there was an electricity in the air that there had not been on Thursday.
And even when the day hadn't started, like 5-0, there was like, oh, people are really fired up for today. Good for them.
No one more fired up than that one guy. I just showed you the picture of him.
yeah.
It was this fat slob in a Team Canada hockey
Hey,
jersey.
I thought you said you reminded me of you.
No, like
of me.
in spirit.
Oh, okay,
spirit.
okay.
Not he was a fucking white Canadian guy. He was short, dumpy. He had a Canada hockey jersey on, Canada hat. He had a cig in one hand, and his buddies were buying beer next to us in the line. He was showing there was 3 holes in, and the internationals were up 3-2 three of the matches through 3 holes. And he's like, I have a parlay, all the internationals winning. And he was pulling random people out of the crowd and showing them his bet slip.
Well, I mean,
like lipping them and blowing smoke in their face.
Well, I mean,
best.
he had a good day.
similar, yes.
He had a great day.
He had a great day.
Similar. Okay, I could see it.
There were a lot of Canada hockey jerseys out there today. A lot of crews in like
Canadians.
buddies in their Canadians jerseys. Yeah, it was. I assume tomorrow will be a very frat boy day, maybe too.
It's the weekend.
Saturday's the big day usually at all these
Saturdays are
things.
for the boys. Right?
Yeah, and like we met a few. Like I was talking to a ton of people from NBC today, and I talked to a few of the tournament organizers as well. They were like, "We need the internationals to do something today."
Yeah.
we're not selling tickets for Sunday,
Yeah.
and we got it.
I'm going to be there on Sunday, no doubt. Tomorrow I'll be there a little bit late.
I think everyone's gonna be there a little bit late.
7 a.m. start.
See, that's why I didn't like them sending the Canadians out first early tomorrow. I would have sent them out last.
Yeah,
Let people get
yeah.
to the course. Because we were there for the Connors and Hughes, and that was
electric.
the most fired up anyone
Maybe
was on
Pat
T1.
Man needs to be assistant captain.
Maybe it is like
It would
maybe
be like marketing organizer.
Yeah.
Like here theoretically of what you guys should do to play with the crowds. No Thursdays. Let's get rid of Thursdays are really bad. The very worst.
It was horrible.
Gretzky was there today.
And maybe they should
And
have pubbed
yesterday.
that more. Because don't you guys love Gretzky?
No, apparently he cornered some guy from like Golf Channel and talked to him for 30 minutes. And the guy from Golf Channel was like, I couldn't get away from Gretzky. He just kept like talking my ear off.
Like when Homer couldn't get away from Adam West.
Or no, it was more like when he met George Harrison.
Oh, look.
I'm
Nice
hopeful
brown.
that the score, like what happened today, encourages people to be there for tomorrow. Like this is now something special, maybe, or exciting. We should try to get there
Yeah,
as early as freaking possible.
I think if you watched it on TV today, it seemed like it was a good fucking time being there. And that was even
I can't wait
and that
to
was
watch
before
it.
the internationals started winning. Like everyone was just good even though we were down 5-0. And yesterday we talked about there were so few people there that it really did feel like it was majority American fans, which makes sense because the American fans probably came up early.
Yeah, and then you get off on Thursdays.
Yeah, and like
my ass.
Yeah, everyone came up on Friday today. Like I'd say it was 95-5 international team today in the crowd.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of Americans.
There was that one lippy American on number
Standing
8.
next to me.
Yeah,
I felt like saying something a couple
I
times.
said
Oh,
something
man.
to him.
Oh,
Fuck
what-
that
I said,
guy.
no, I've got a media
How
pass
Lippy?
on.
Like what was he saying?
I don't know. I just told him to like, you can't have your gun here, pal. Why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
God, I wish I was fucking there. Oh my God, I
Like,
wish
you think
I
you're
was
real
there.
tough? No guns here, pal.
Oh my God, I wish I was
And
there.
then the guy next to him was the guy who yelled at Patrick Cantley, "Hey Pat, why don't you take your hat off?"
Oh, I heard that. One good thing I did hear when Scotty was there is like, I think Scotty, you need to go back to prison. I thought that was a great one right there. I think that was on 17.
Yeah,
I think that was on 17.
a lot of people were laughing. I actually didn't know.
I
what
laughed
was,
at that one.
I actually didn't hear it.
It's
You know, I heard people like.
Okay, one thing.
You heard it like Kenny just said it. Like, oh, I heard
No,
it.
I had heard.
It was not me.
I had heard people like oh, and then people like laughing and really liking it. Then
It
I
was
like,
hilarious.
I was like, what did he say? What did that person say? I want to hear it.
It was funny.
Just remember, this is the best day we get to have likely at this tournament.
It's been
So
a-
relish it. This is a big win, and then it probably goes south from
Plus,
What's a fair score for tomorrow?
5.5, 2.5 internationals.
here. I was gonna
said
say like
fair, and the math doesn't.
5-3 is pretty good.
5-3.
Either way, like that
5.5,
keeps you in it,
2.5.
right?
Is that what you're
International
betting?
team.
Is that what you're betting?
I won
Because
that
you were
single
close
bet.
today.
Butts has it in his account right now. Put the whole
Oh, you got
shit
butts
on it.
making bets for you,
Put the
dude?
whole shit on that right there.
So, by the way, I mean, people only know Tim Butts from the text thread that I post sometimes where he lips Cust.
Yeah.
How big of a fan favorite amongst the crew is Tim Butts?
I fuck with him. He's a cool dude. And the only way I know him is from tweets that Pat says about something where Tim is making fun of Tim.
usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
He might be your like hardest fact checker.
He looks like the albino prison dude from fucking Banshee. This is the first time that I saw him. That's what he reminds me. If y'all watch Banshee, the albino dude who's
And he's a big Dolphins fan, right?
he got his penis
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
Oh, so
spitting
that's
off.
part of your guys' whole aura with each other,
Well,
right?
Cust is like, what do you think about Julian Hill? He's like, I fucking hate it. The guy sucks. Cust like, Dolphins suck.
What I'm happiest about today is that apparently it was a perfect drive.
But, I
It
mean,
was a perfect drive, and that's the important thing.
ask Butts to rate it.
I
Ask
feel like
Butts to rate it. Fair and balanced.
I feel
Ask
like I
Butts to
should
rate
have
it.
some of the blame, but I don't think I do.
No, there was no blame. It was what would be the blame?
I don't know.
We
The people in the back of the car felt uncomfortable.
No, Butts was.
It could have been because of me.
As uncomfortable as confronting other media members about their stats that may or may not be wrong.
Oh my lord! Have we talked about this? yet?
We have not.
talk about
So
this.
how about we talk about it in vagaries?
Okay. So
I would
like,
just say, if you are getting into a media shuttle
yeah.
and you are like, if you want to say something to someone who has a public profile, you are allowed to do it. At some point, you can find a place.
Pretty large.
But the
public
media
profile.
shuttle, if you are this person, that is not a place, that is a safe space. They're not expecting to be harassed.
You know what? Yesterday I would have felt the same way, but today, the more I think about it, that was the best fucking time to do it. Just catch motherfuckers off
Not a
guard.
chance in
Fuck
hell.
it. Just catch dudes off
Then you have
guard.
to be next to him in like the state
fucking
line.
cords
You
and
be
stuff
next
like
to him in
this.
the
Be like-
state line.
You know what? Hold on. Let me rewind this even a little more. He's dressed like a fucking fanboy. So it adds to it. And then from the other person's perspective, he's like, what's this fanboy doing in the media shuttle harassing?
I
Like,
forgot.
like there's layers to this.
You're right about that one. That he would definitely be caught off guard with that.
And
one.
if that's all. It's like like this is a safe space. I don't usually harassed in media shuttles about fans yelling at me about stats.
Yeah.
Just to note
And it
that
was very uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable, but it was sort of awesome. Like,
Okay.
looking back on
Talk
it
about
now.
on Monday's show, you talked about how much you wish that you were next to Staley on an airplane for 4.5 hours so you could tell him what's what.
I do wish I'm on a commercial flight. The Staleys are beside
Okay,
me.
I know what
I
the
would-
bleeped out thing from the last episode about the Staleys was, and it's hilarious too.
Yeah, you found out what the beep was.
Yeah,
Listen, I
Now, can you
well,
confirm that the beep is not as bad as people might think it is?
No, it's pretty fucking bad.
Sometimes the beeps are worse. Sometimes the beeps are just a joke.
I mean, at like that moment in time, like I understand.
Yeah, but
Don't get me wrong.
Hold on. Take your head into the mind of the audience.
Okay.
They think I am saying.
Yeah, you thought that. I mean, the first thing you said is like, "Is Jeff always saying the N word?" It's like, no, he's not.
I've never said.
No,
it
he's
once.
just not saying that. That's not what's being beeped.
So every time there's a beep, someone in the comments is like, "I think he said," and I'm like, "I can't."
Like what you said was like funny.
Yeah, it was really
It was
funny.
funny.
It was funny. I will give you
And
that.
Pat, in like
But there will be like a good
In 3
amount of
years, it would be fine.
It's gonna
It's
play-
not great right now.
Yeah.
It's actually going to play so well in 3 years
Of
during
course.
the middle of a primetime game where some coach is being an idiot. It's gonna hit so hard. No pun intended.
I need you to smash a like, join Underdog, code Mayo, and sub to the channel while you're here. Any final thoughts?
Today was an amazing day
Yeah.
because the Internationals won 5-0, which makes it fun, and now we get to see like a pissed off version of an American team. So that's very.
They don't have a lot of. The only guy who's pissed off on their team. We listened to the interview after the round with Connors and Mac Hughes. And what did Mac Hughes say they were doing on the bus on the way home last night?
Singing and they were getting along great, singing songs on the way home.
And all 5 of us in the car after listening to the interview, it's like Patrick Cantlay probably took a fucking Uber home by himself. Like the Internationals seem like even Minwoo. Minwoo was like the happiest guy on the course today. He was just getting fucking fired up wearing his Chef Min jersey.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize yesterday. I saw these two like people with I want to say how do I say this properly in the Anglais? The bay windows.
People of size.
People of size. And I thought that they were wearing Las Vegas Golden Knights jerseys. It turned out it was the International President's Cup team jerseys. I was like, what a weird thing to wear to a golf event. But no, they were size XXXXXX. XXL.
Wouldn't that be
jerseys.
weird? Isn't that weird for the international team though? I mean, usually it would be the United States team that would have fans like that.
I would agree.
Including myself.
Listen, I've met some Koreans this week. Very slender people. Japanese,
me.
same way.
Not me, not
The
me.
South Africans I've met. Well, everyone who's with us, except for me.
That's true.
Listen, people are eating well on
Listen,
Mayo Media
listen,
Network.
This bench that we're sitting on right now is struggling.
Dude, I took a picture with Tim today, and people are like, it's like that he dwarfs me.
Well, he's 6'3" or something.
He's definitely like 5'7".
Yeah,
too.
you're like the same height as me. You're like 5'8".
But both, like, on all accounts, I don't know, there were some funny comments on our picture.
Cust
that's all.
has like 5-6 inches on you.
At least.
Oh, yeah.
Same as Byron. We called it with Byron though. We're like, I bet you Byron's sneaky giant, and he is a fucking
He's
giant.
fucking huge. He drinks me under the table.
Well,
I was shocked about that.
well, dude, he has. Well, I guess you're shockingly tall too.
I mean, really, I'm like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, I'm 5'8". Tambo's like 4'8".
Yeah.
You dwarf him.
He's sort of swole though. Tambo got swole.
Oh yeah, Tambo's bringing the guns.
Tambo got swole.
Not only does Tambo have like the guns like me, but he's got the tats to make it look hard
there
too.
you go. There you go.
That's it for the show.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one thing to say. Random, we were talking about Adam West. Random Adam West fact. He once got banned from the
Pure
city of Aspen
West.
because he banged all the women there.
All of them.
And so he got
You line
banned.
them up, and that was it.
He got banned from the city of Aspen because he banged all the women. That's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life.
This
I gotta
guy
say
says that 5'8" is average, fellas. Remember that. Yeah, for my cock, pal.
You got me on that one.
Well, that will do it on the I made Tim very uncomfortable. Why don't you have a fucking
No, thank you.
Have a shot.
I just find
swig
it-
of Crown
I
Bow?
find it very, very warm in here.
I'm actually better than I
You're
was.
the only one who isn't drinking.
The only thing that made me sweat was this fucking chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, can you tell him about the chocolate? You didn't get to tell him about the chocolate.
It was, I mean, my teeth are fucked, but shit hurt my teeth. It was not delicious. The weird pink shit on the bottom, like, what?
It's maraschino cherry.
No, I can see the juice shit in there, but like, what's the pink fluffy?
It's like an icing.
It does not. It's not.
People are lining up already. They said, you come to Shea Perry, Tim. Every dance is on them.
It's okay.
Just like our pal, I won't say his name, who we thought left Shea Perry last time we were here, and then just emerged at the end of the night from the back room and said, you know, if you just pay them, they'll like, you know, do what you want.
No, I will be having a quiet night in. I can promise you that.
I had a great time. Can we keep this going tomorrow night?
I mean, we will tomorrow night. I mean, we're not going to get up till the afternoon, so yes, we'll be ready.
There we go. We'll see you at the second set of matches tomorrow at the course. For Tim, Kenny, Jeff, Byron, the rest of the crew, Mike, and Paul, I'm Pat Mayo. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.